What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Doing the review a little bit earlier today. It's a bank holiday in Jamaica, so I am free, no work today. So I'm just going to show you the price action and the trades that I took today. Just lost a little bit over half a percent or a little under half a percent today on the account. I had a bit of a bullish bias, but at the same time, I didn't get an opportunity to get into the buys, and I didn't want to chase price, so I decided that I'm going to try after some sells, but we didn't get any follow through. So let's get right into it. So, all right, let me move this here. So the day hasn't ended yet. We still have 5 hours left into the New York session. So we opened up last night with a bit of a gap up, came down and fully tapped into this old weekly opening gap, and the target was already the previous weekly high. I kind of knew we were going to go up. I just wanted to get a pullback during New York session to get into the buys, but we didn't get that. Um, we targeted this high, which was this the open of this candle from last week Friday, and then the new target now is pretty much back to all-time highs. Still stuck in this trading range here, but there were still opportunities to get in. And on US 500, it's pretty much the same things. I said this new weekly candle already yapped up, and we even took out the previous this was Thursday's high. On US 30, it's the same thing. It is the weaker of the three indices. And gold didn't expect this big of a push today, but see, we just pushing continuously, pushing. Monthly candle, no manipulation, continues. It looks like it's still bullish, going higher. So that is it on the higher time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, what I am seeing is we're going back for all-time highs here. Like I said, we manipulated back into this gap, the new day opening gap from Sunday, and we just ran. So just as one-sided price action today, going straight up, and just just have to sit on the sidelines for the most part. Doesn't make sense to chase the price. Just trying to stay disciplined and patient until you get a setup to meet your criteria. So what I'm seeing here is we're going for the all-time highs again. No pullback, no retreat. Just some crazy bullish price action. Now when I go to the 15-minute time frame, the 1 hour time frame I should say. So we close right around here on Friday. I was expecting a bit more pullback, maybe down into here, this breaker here, before continuing higher, but there was no economic event today, no news, no nothing. So we just barely pull back into the gap, and that would have gave us an entry for the continuation. This PO3 is still messing around. I haven't gotten the new one as yet. That's why I can't see the 4 hour PO3 printing properly. So we just pushed up and then targeted the highs, as I say. So the target for the day was already met when we gapped up because we gapped above the Friday's high. So the new target was the high from last week and then now this high. So even now this other block here, we might get a bit of a reversal, but not expecting much. Don't know if I'm taking any more trades for the day. I haven't reached my stop out limit. I took about 3 trades. I took a buy and gold in London. This was the let's see if I can find it. This was the buy and gold a little bit early and I get stopped out and I just went to bed after. However, like we just went straight up. I should have waited for this manipulation down here to this level before continuing up, but nevertheless, still sticking to the risk management because I just took a little starter position on it, you know. And then now on Nasdaq, going down to the 15-minute time frame. So see, as I said, just one-sided price action today, no pullback, no pullback. So open right around here, traded down into this fair value gap, took out this little bit of a liquidity here, traded back up, and this is from the Asian session. Tokyo here came all the way up, consolidated through to Frankfurt. During Frankfurt, I saw this pullback, but I didn't like it, so I didn't really take any trades there. It was right inside of a macro as well. So we sold all the way down, came down, and came back down to the gap. So this gap was from the open, the Sunday open, and that was pretty much the low of the London session. Came here and we just started to buy. So the midnight open was here. We did get manipulation below it, which was this, and entries could have been gotten here if I was looking at the price at that time, but I expected New York to give us a little bit more pullback, maybe down to there, before I could have engaged in a buy. And this is over, let's see, measure here, this is over 200, yeah, 200 points on NQ today, 200 points. Nevertheless, I executed my plan. I stick to my risk management. I didn't overtrade. I didn't force any trade, and I am happy how the day turned out despite the loss. I'm just trying to stay focused and disciplined, and I know that I will get opportunities to capitalize on. I didn't want to chase any of the price because actually I could have found entries here, but it was already too high in premium, and this pullback was too shallow to get in, and you realize there's no manipulation inside this week. Could have gotten entries on the lower time frame, but I didn't like what I was getting, so I just decided to just sit that out. So let me go down to the lower time frame now and show you. So these are the reactions. I had some zones here and I got some reactions. Went into profit a little bit on these before price came and just ran the high. So a bit of, like I said, bit of a one-sided price action. This was the 9:30 open where we just spiked down. Realized not much of a pullback to give us the buys. Like I said, the main the main entry was right around here, and this candle just spiked at the opening of New York, and then we just continue trading up. If I had chased here, I would have to put my stop all the way down here and restore, and that wouldn't make any sense. So I'm just watching. So we ran the previous weekly high and now we're going back for all-time high. Maybe we get a pullback for the PM session. Currently going into lunchtime right around now. It's minutes to 12, quarter to 12 actually. Um, Let me go to trading view and see if I can show you where the trades played out inside of the macros. So the low of the day was actually created in Asia on this pullback. Use this small order block here to get into the buys, and it happened right after the macro. And this was also another entry during this macro here, right around 10 a.m., 10 p.m. I should say, 10 to 11. And then this was the high for the overnight session before we came back down. So we created this high. See the sales here for in this macro. So there were some sell opportunities to bring us here. And then we came down, came below here, right down in the 650 to 710 macro gave us the entry for the buys. I wasn't on the chart at that time because you can't trade all of the sessions. You just have to capitalize on what you see. And I'm not trying to catch every move either. Sticking to the trade plan, and that is what took place. So, so this was the area that we came back to test during the macro 650 to 710, and we went higher. Nice little market maker buy model. Realize we engineered liquidity here, then came and ran it. Engineered liquidity here, came and ran it, and this was the low that gave us the push. So 850 to 910, not much of a pullback either to give us any buys. And this up here, the 950 to 1010, you could have actually capitalized on the buys. They were a bit shallow for me, but as like I said, after we had run the previous weekly high, which would have been here, then I was actually looking for some shorts. So see, we maintain this order block here and this order block here, and we just kept on going higher. So currently, like I said, we're in the lunchtime session. We're moving sideways a bit. We might get a pullback to here, but I think I might be just done for the day. No sense in trying to force any trades. So I think I might come back later on in London session, or if I get a little bit of New York session tomorrow. So that is it for today's video. Maybe later on I do a review to see how price ended, but I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Peace.